All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakakodash. A double honors unto the elders and apostles of JMS Great Millstone, and a sincere Shalom to you, Akim, bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. And that's the article is from the Moscow Times, and though it's an old article, it's still prevalent and relevant to what's going on in the States, man. Hence, the cargo ships, they just made an agreement into a pact, basically stating that 68% increase is going to give. They're going to give into the U.S. port citizens, man. So though the strike is over, the end times are still nigh, and it brings us closer, because this was a trial run as well, for the elites, right? It says Russia State Duma bans import and production of GMOs, and understand imports. They control about 75 to 80% of all exports and imports. It's imperative, especially when you see the minds of the Russian leadership versus the minds of the American leadership. Here, the people are completely docile and not worried at all about the hills to come. And Russia, at least Putin is warning them, right? So let's get into it. It says the Russian State Duma has passed a bill banning the import and production of genetically modified organisms, GMOs. The state-run news agency reported Friday. The bill will affect all crops and animals considered to be genetically modified, except for those used for scientific purposes. The government will also be able to ban the import of GMOs into the country if they are proved to have a negative impact on human health and environment. Now, while he's doing this, worried about the health and the state of his citizens, the U.S. continually feeds you with these drugs and addictive chemicals, man, pumping them right into your system, and just bugging you out. Here it is. They're banning and recalling, items like hot Cheetos and foods with red 5, so forth and so on. They're feeding that to you. But Putin is like, this is killing us, right? And this is just another reason as to why Yahweh Shemel Shah is going to destroy this place, man. Because ultimately this destroys not only the people but the earth, right? Because the natural crops as of fruits, of herbs, of vegetables are all turning into poison, right? It's all turning into poison. That's why the scripture says we shall eat our bread defiled. As a matter of fact, I'll get this out of the book of Ezekiel. It's Ezekiel 4:13. And it reads, and the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles where thou wilt drive them. So everything we're eating is literally killing us. But the scriptures tell us it's by the Lord's mercies that we're not consumed. Because really this food should be killing you, man. And this is why you get sick. Not even the water is pure, right? So every move you make, we try to eat the best of the worst, because that's all you can do here. Try to have a balanced diet, less meat. As the scriptures say, excess of meats bringeth forth sickness. But I'm going to just grab it. Right, this is Sirach 37 and 30. And it reads, matter of fact, I'm going to start at 29. It says, be not insatiable in any dainty thing, nor too greedy upon meats. For excess of meats bringeth sickness, and surfeiting will turn into choler. Right? Excess of meats bringeth forth sickness. Hence, the fast that Daniel went on versus the king's meat. Him eating pulse, which are the herbs, vegetables, versus them, constantly eating meat or that protein, man. Daniel was in a way lighter and locked in spirit than them, right? And when you do, turn your diet to such, practices, it does make you feel better, man. And you do feel more grounded, right? Let's get back to it. It says Deputy Prime Minister Arkady Dvorkovich announced the decision to ban GMOs in 2015, but no legal penalties for the production or importation has existed until now. Violations of the law carry a fine of 10,000 to 50,000 rubles for individuals and 100,000 to 500,000 rubles for legal entities. Right? It says many Americans and European countries continue to produce and sell GMO products, and the new law may further reduce the already scant presence of Western food in Russian stores, which is beautiful, man. It's beautiful. Because here you have a higher population of obesity, and you also have a higher population of those hooked on pharmaceuticals. So he creates this problem by giving you poison, and then he sends you to the doctor performs witchcraft on you, and then feeds you more poison, right? So it's an endless cycle of him slowly killing you, man, right? That's why that medical field is part of the sword, because it's not to cure, it's to suppress an ailment and then get you hooked on the effects that drug brings. That's why so many people are hooked to that's why they're talking now about what a opiate crisis, right? Because people are hooked into that drug and the feeling that the drug brings, but their health is still declining, right? And food is the source, man. Food is the source, right? Let's keep going. And that's another thing as well, because with this ban, how much more when these comfort foods are snatched away from you? Matter of fact, let's go into the book of Isaiah, the 24th chapter. You know, it's Isaiah 24 and Isaiah 24 and 8, it says, the mirth of tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoiceth or rejoice endeth, the joy of the harp ceaseth, right? And you've seen a glimpse of that, you know, with the lockdown in 2020. And you also seen the panic buying here in the States. Now, what essentials, quote unquote, were people getting? You know, paper towels, toilet paper, water. Then you have Jake out here buying what? Snacks and bullshit. You got E out here buying canned foods. But to what avail, man? Right? The scriptures say that those that you know, heap all those things to himself, or that are preppers, that should leave their goods unto others, man. Right? But in the times that we're coming into very soon, it says they shall not drink wine with a song, right? So the folly and the mirth of this place is going away. And folly or bread and circus, you know, are hand in hand, right? With a good time and physical activity comes good food, comes liquor and wine. So it's all tied into one, man. You know, you can't have a party without the drink. You know, you can't have the drink without the music. Music comes food. So it's all in one. So Yahweh Shema Shah is going to strip this place of all of the delicacies that support the folly behavior. All the luxuries that support it. You know? It says, they shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. Right? And that wine is manifold, right? Because wine is a substance or a drink which brings forth pleasure, and it also gets people out of the mind state of their misery, right? But the most important wine, philosophy, going back into the scriptures, man, because people will not have answers when this next lockdown come. It says all joy is darkened, the mirth of the land is gone. Now, to get back to this, you know, going into him banning these products. Matter of fact, there's principal uses. And sinners turn them to evil. This is Sirach 39 and 25. It says, for the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for sinners. The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil and clothing. All these things are for good to the godly, so to the sinners are they turned into evil, right? And when you look at these natural products in which Yahweh Shema Shah has created, the water is defiled. Now, when you look at a water bottle, it just don't say water in it, you know? It has a bunch of chemicals in your water, right? These other countries, just even in their public water systems, in European countries over there, man, Their water, their public water fountains actually dispose of like sparkling water, man. You know, and naturally purified water, not with all chemicals. You have countries over there who actually purify their water by UV light. You know, and that's a way more harmless way of treating water, but still getting all the undesirables out of it, man. Right? It says fire, iron, and salt. And even the salt that you use, salt is supposed to be an ingredient in which contains, multiple minerals, beneficial to the human body. The table salt, in the restaurants that they give you, is not good salt, man. That's not good salt. You even have something called black salt, which is very beneficial into the body, man. Or Celtic salt, right? But isn't giving that into the general public. Same with white sugar. White sugar is horrible for you and far more addicting than drugs. And going back to them GMO bans that Putin did, or enacted, he's banning white sugar. He's banning white sugar. He's banning chemicals, and he's banning the food coloring agents that help diminish life. It says fire, iron, and salt. Flour of wheat. You're not even getting pure wheat flour anymore. White flour or bleached flour is horrible for you as well. It's hard to get whole grain flour that hasn't been touched because this devil has his hand in every market. It says honey. Honey is completely through. If you're buying a little bear, that is not honey. That's just high fructose corn syrup in a bottle with the bear in it, man. And honey, Yahweh Shem Yahshua created honey, a substance that doesn't expire, man. Right? It does not expire. And on top of that, the real honey, such as the Manuka, you're not even supposed to be eating that. It's certain grades of Manuka honey that you can't eat. It's just created to treat wounds and scars, man. And on top of that, this devil has done what? Killed off the bees and then created genetically modified ones. Milk, throw it out. Even the almond milk and shit that we drink, man, is defiled and has been recalled several times. And then the milk out of the cow, the same with cheese. Cheese is horrible for your body, man. And Jake body gets messed up when they eat it. But what did Jake grow up on? Grilled cheese sandwiches, which was what? The Kraft Singles, man. Or government cheese, which isn't cheese. It says pasteurized cheese culture on it. It does not say it's real cheese. And then when you look at block cheese, which should be the cheese you buy if you buy any, or it's certain cheeses that are have less lactose or lactate within it, and won't give you, like Jake, when Jake eat a lot of cheeses, they get eczema or they get bad skin, they'll get pimples, their stomach will start hurting when they eat cheeses, right? It's certain cheeses that are actually better to eat for you or better for you to eat, than just the all the stringy shit, man. Like feta is actually a good cheese, goat cheese, but that's just to name a few. But nevertheless, it says honey, milk, and the blood of the grape. The yayan you drink, if it has a screw on top, man, it's the worst of the worst. But in captivity, what can we do? Take a look at the most expensive wines and see who they're named after. They're named after the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, and all these top banking families, man. And those bottles of wines are hundreds of thousands of dollars. We'll wait for the real wine, when we drink it with Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, we be those men, right? It says all these things are for good to the godly, so to the sinners are they turn to evil. So this just shows, what state, how America feels about you. Because if they really cared, right, they wouldn't be feeding you all these toxins and poisons that we eat on a daily basis, man. But it just shows he don't care, especially not here. At least Putin had the decency to understand that all the food that's made in his country, he's going to have to eat it, right? It says many Americans in European countries continue to produce and sell GMO products, and the new law may further reduce the already scant presence of Western food in Russian stores. Like, what the hell is a fruit roll-up, man? You're talking about a candy that really has no nutritional value nor fruit in it, right? And then on top of that, you look at other things, a hot Cheeto. Like, bro, which Jake invented that anyways, but nevertheless, completely detrimental. It says, the Prime Minister called for the embargo against Western food products to continue until the end of 2017 in May. Russian officials insist that countries' farms be able will produce. That sounds funny. Russian officials insist that countries' farms will produce enough food for the country without the use of yield-increasing GMOs. Moscow hopes to stop all meat, dairy, or vegetable imports by 2020. Yeah, that was the point. That was the point, man. Hey, so here we are, eating poison and living. Hey, but hey, we'll be out of here soon, man. You know, matter of fact, because the production of these GMO foods also is bad for the environment, because it destroys the earth. You know, a lot of what we eat has been laced with petroleum, has been laced with oil, has been laced with unclean, practices such as the meats. Hey, but we can only do so much in our captivity, showing you that we're not in the new covenant as well, because we still in this condition. So Jake saying that is just out of their mind and don't understand prophecy. But this Revelation 11:18, it says, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. Because ultimately with Esau, being the one whom we get all the food from, he's destroying it. And you look at these factories, the mass production of all these goods, it's just adverse unto how Yahweh Shimon Shai set up things in the ancient world, man. You making a million bags of what's something that Jake eat? Takis, man. And next thing you know, he recalls all the Takis produced in this one state over the period of fucking September or something, man. Grapes have been recalled a lot. A lot of fruits and vegetables have been recalled. Eggs were just recalled, man. So not only when you look at how the chickens are being kept in these farmhouses, literally being cluttered together, man. Now under all them stresses are those chickens laying these eggs, and that stress, those hormones are being delivered into the eggs. And guess what happens? The people eat that. So now you're taking on these same stresses and hells that chicken was going through. And that's with all the meat, man. Pus-filled animals. It make you not even want to eat shit. But this devil is destroying the earth in every way. Soil is being contaminated with literally human bodies, man. Hey, just like that Soylent Green, Esau is really doing that shit, man. That's destroying the earth. Not adhering to the land Sabbath. Destroying the earth. We can go on and on all day, man. This devil does nothing profitable or good unto anybody. That's why the scriptures say, he that doeth evil unto himself, to whom will he be good? That's why we got to get out of here, man. Hey, because this place is polluted, and as the scripture say, will destroy you with a sword of destruction, man. Hey, so continue to call upon Yahweh Shemel Shai, and for him to deliver it, for them to deliver us out of this hell. Hey, and keep pushing, man. We almost out of here. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying unto the body. I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Harakakodash. And double honors unto the elders and apostles of GMS Great Millstone, and a sincere shalom to Yakim, bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. Shalom.